Hello. I see we have just got started here. This is wonderful. Let's see here. And let's get sorry, you guys. There we go. All right. Start Spotlight View. How are we doing this evening? Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. If you have not been here before, welcome and thank you for joining. I really appreciate you taking the time, not only to be here with me, but taking the time to learn more about what you can do to take care of yourself, to take time out for you. We are at hump day. The week has started, and I don't know how many people have struggled through this week, the chaos that comes in and out, the things that are happening in this world. It can really take a toll on us, especially if you are in a position that you just can't ignore it, or you can't go hide in a cave or create a space for yourself during the day that you can kind of relax. This is where you can do that. So I welcome you to my space, Rooted Vines, and I just want to thank you again. If you do not know me, I'm Mayaka Anderson, the co-founder of Rooted Vines, where we save lives one sip at a time with our herbal teas and inner alchemy. I merge them together because tea is a form of drink that makes you slow down. Not only does it make you physically slow down when you have to make it, because you have to make it, it gives you time to think. It gives you time to process. Just like when you're steeping your tea, the time that it takes for all those benefits to come out to serve your mind, your body, and your spirit is the same time you take to be with yourself in your thoughts, reflecting on your day and carving out just a little bit of your own little quiet sanctuary. So that is what this is about. So Wellness Wednesdays, we started off in the month of July talking about different meditations. Today, we're going to go in a little deeper for tea meditation. So we will get started on that. I don't want to keep you long. I know you have things to do. So as we talk about tea meditation, as I was saying, tea has a way of making you slow down and think. And when we start our tea meditation, one of the most important things is to get in touch with yourself. How are you feeling at this moment? How are you feeling when you come home from work? How are you feeling when you wake up in the morning? If you want to do your tea rituals in the morning, right? You have to get in touch with yourself and be honest with your feelings. And then you want to make sure that you have a tea that is going to help you alleviate whatever problem or pain that you do not want to amplify during the week. Or during the day, during the day. You know, if you wake up and you're feeling lethargic, you feel like you just don't have energy, or you wake up and you feel like you have a heavy heart for some reason, things are worrying you, you got anxiety, you definitely want to pick a tea that's going to help you be calm, right? You want to have something that can just kind of take the weight off of you in the morning, or if you're lethargic or you're tired, you want something that's going to spruce you up, but not too much that you get the jitters. So you have to be in touch with yourself, be honest with yourself, and check in with yourself about how you're feeling right then and there. That is one way tea rituals start, and how it incorporates inner alchemy. Remember, it's a reflection of yourself, and it's taking the time with the tea and pairing those two together, helping you to slow down and really think and spend time with yourself. When you're picking your tea, we have different types of teas, different quality of teas. I don't know if you know this, but back in the day, way back in the day, tea was based off class. So not everybody could get tea. Tea was a fancy drink, almost like ice wine. If you don't know what ice wine is, which I love, very hard to find, very expensive. And tea was kind of like that. The best teas went to the higher class. And then as you could afford them, they kind of dwindled down. And even in Britain, like the lowest class people, to have tea was really a treat. Not only to have it was a treat, but even if you could afford a little bit of tea, you really got the crumbs or the leftover or the really low value tea. So tea was a class distinction. right? And that's how we got like the tea parties, and when people invite you over and they want to show off that they could afford to buy tea and share tea, right? It was all about class. I want to take it out of the class system, which it has been taken out in some areas long ago, but and bring it into the health and wellness and holistic space, right? And when I talk about holistic, I talk about the spiritual part of being healthy with your mind and your body, being in touch with yourself. So you definitely have the black teas. I am a black tea fan. You go to Starbucks, they have lots of teas that are based on black tea because it is very versatile. You don't just have to have it as a black tea, but you can add pretty much anything to a black tea and come up with a fantastic drink, right? You can do the milks, the creams, the honeys, the sugars, whatever the whipped creams, whatever it is that you want to make. Black tea is really good for that. I love it because it gives me a little energy, but I love the strong taste, but the smell always relaxes me. Even when I go to make the tea, just the tea leaves itself smells amazing to me. So it gives you a little energy, but it doesn't give you the jitters. And it's really good for you, the black tea as well. It has great health benefits. And I will go into that on another segment because I really want to kind of get you with the tea ritual. You also have the herbal teas, which I love. Depending on what you're struggling with, there's always a tea out there. God has created a herb for you somewhere out there that's going to help you with the way that you feel, right? So whether it's chamomile, which is really, going to relax you, along with lavender, relax you and take that stress and just let you kind of woosa, right? Kind of just let you be. Which is a great tea to have. And a lot of the herbal teas, well, actually all of the herbal teas, if they are straight herbal, they are non-caffeinated, which is even better because a lot of people don't do well on caffeine. You're already dealing with a lot of chaos in your life. You're already feeling kind of lost. The last thing you need to be is pumped up on something. And I know a lot of us have to work. We got to do a lot of things. You're trying to stay up. You're trying to do it all. But again, tea and alchemy, how to slow down, how to incorporate, how to say hello to yourself and talk to yourself about how your day went, what you're proud of, what you accomplished, what's on your list to come, all of those things. And then we have the green tea. And a lot of people are amped up on the green tea and the matcha. Unfortunately, I cannot have green tea. Neither can my father or one of my daughters. So green tea has some kind of issue with us. I don't know what it is, but we don't consume it. But people love green tea. And I have to say, I have tasted it before. I knew that my body didn't like it. It's really good, and it comes with its own benefits. And green tea, especially matcha, gives you the energy that you need if you're feeling lethargic, along with a lot of the tea leaves, right? But if you wanted to go that route, that would be great with the green tea. And green tea actually is very versatile. And there's another tea that's very versatile, which is it's a flower, butterfly pea tea. And I don't know if you've seen this, but it's the tea that's blue that changes colors as you add things to it, whether it's seltzer water, whether it's lemon, whatever it is. It's just a fun tea to have, but it's also a calming tea. And I say it's a calming tea, not because that's what it was created to do, because it's not. It does help with hair growth. It hydrates from within. So that type of thing, that's what it's good for. But because of the color, it automatically just calms you. To see a blue tea, it does something different when you just watch it being made and as you pour it in your glass. It's just a beautiful thing to watch. And if you're someone who likes everything to be pretty, me, I just love beautiful things. I don't care what it is. I just want it to be beautiful. You would love this tea. And actually, it's a great tea for visual meditation. It's almost like you can imagine the impossibilities just with this tea being blue. Well, so we will move on that. When you are doing your tea meditation, you check in with yourself. You pick the tea that's going to work with your emotion, how you are feeling right then and there, how your body is feeling, how your mind is feeling, and you will choose your tea. Okay? Once you choose your tea, what you want to do is you want to find a calm, cool place to prepare your tea, It should be a whole thing, right? You should break out, like you should have a distinctive teacup that you like, that's beautiful and calming and just makes you happy when you see it. A nice delicate spoon, right? You want to have just a nice container with your sugar, just something just for you that you can set up. And you can have these things all together sitting on a tray. So when you come in, this is your little spot where you have it. So when you make it, you take your tray to the kitchen, you do your water, whether you're boiling it, whether you're putting in the water kettle, however you're going to do your water to get it hot. And just kind of prepare your tea there on a beautiful platter, right? It just makes you feel good. Right then, you're setting the stage for you taking time for yourself, even if it's in the kitchen. And I know a lot of you guys probably have kids, you have family, but carve out a time when you can do it and let them know that this is your time. It's okay to say that. If you want your tea time to be 10, 15 minutes, grab your favorite book or whatever, carve that time out for yourself. Sit on the back patio, sitting in a place where you can control, where, hey, no one's going to come in this area for this amount of time. Don't ask me any questions. Just let me be for a minute. Let me get in touch with me, right? And it's healthier for the family and for you, because when you get frustrated, because you already come in and you're frustrated, now you're yelling at the kids, now you're mad with the husband, now you're frustrated, the house is crazy and all of that. But if you take just a few minutes for yourself just to breathe, and even if you can't do it when you first get home, do it when the kids go to bed. Right? Take you a little time, make you some tea and sit while they're in bed and just contemplate on your day, and then contemplate on the things that you want to happen the next day. Prepare your body to go to bed, right? With the soothing rose tea or a serenity bliss tea, right? And just kind of relax and just relinquish all of the things that are not serving you, that tried to stick with you and agitate you, and other people's energy as well, right? Because we pick up other people's energy when we're out. So it's a good way to get, again, in touch with yourself. It's tea and inner alchemy, hun. Tea and inner alchemy. So like I said, you want a quiet space. You want a clean space too. Please don't sit in the midst of chaos, because your mind is going to go crazy. It's like polar opposites. So you want a clean space, a quiet space. Even if you have like some music that you would like to set, use the music, whatever you like that is going to calm you, or even just give you happy thoughts, right? It doesn't have to be like the instrumental piano. It's whatever you resonate with. This is a personal tea journey. So whatever you resonate with, it's going to resonate with you, okay? And help calm you for that period of time. In the morning, you might have to get up just a little bit early before everyone else. And I know that's horrible, because I am not a morning person. It's just not. So I do understand the struggle, but sometimes we do have to get up and find that extra time just to be with us, check in with ourselves. How did we sleep? How did I feel when I woke up? Why do I feel that way? And pick a tea again, according to your mood and how you're feeling, so that it can assist you throughout the day to kind of let those things go, whatever is ailing you or bothering you at that time. We talked about the tea where you want, aesthetically pleasing things that are going to be nice, and where you can think about luxury and quietness. And sorry, that's my dog back there. It never fails, but at least she's not barking. Where you can feel good about yourself, right? And you can get the most prettiest things. Okay, this is just me, at the thrift stores, in antique stores. They have wonderful teapots, kettles, cute spoons, all those things, right? And so it doesn't even have to cost a lot. And all you need is one cup. One cup, one saucer, one spoon, one that you will repeatedly use, because this is going to be something that you are going to incorporate into your life. Now, once you find your space, once you got your music going, once you are comfortable and it is nice and quiet, and everybody understands that you're in your tea meditation, what we're going to do is we're going to pick out some affirmations that are going to help with your tea process, because it's not about just sitting and drinking tea, though that is comfortable. but this is a tea meditation ritual, right? That we're doing. So you want to say some affirmations as you're sitting there and drinking. And while you're saying that affirmations as well, what you want to do is make sure that you are putting the emotions with the affirmations. That is so important. And I know, so this week, I really struggled. I have this business. I had to let my creative partner go, but and now I have to do the work myself on content creation. Y'all, I am not creative. This is so hard because I'm already working on the back end, and now to do that, but it's getting done, and I'm giving myself grace. I just, I do what I can do. That's what's great. I do what I can do. So for those of you who are struggling in something new, something you've started up, it's new, you've never done it before, you're meeting a new aspect of yourself, a great affirmation for you to say would be, I am resilient and capable. Every setback is a step forward on my path to success. So affirmation like this really reminds us of our inner strength and our resilience. And it continues to, it really encourages us to view the challenges as opportunities for growth and progress rather than obstacles. I know I have to continue to tell myself, continue to tell myself that, it's coming. If you put in the work, it's coming, right? And I have to believe that. And I always got the little picture of Jeff Bezos sitting in his garage, working, and how long it took him to get like Amazon up and running. And this is just a step towards that, right? I'm not where I want to be, not even close, but I am putting in the work, and I'm learning new things. So we want to be mindful of really giving yourself grace, which I have to remind myself all the time. That's just how it goes. So there we are. The next one is, I trust in my vision and my abilities. My passion and dedication will lead me to success. That is another one that you can do for those who are struggling, those who are entrepreneurs, those who are trying to pursue something, whether it's at work, on your own, even if it's within your own family, right? Trust in the vision that you have. Trust in your abilities. I always say the Most High, when you came in, He put a seed in you, and everything you need is in that seed. But a lot of times we don't allow that to cultivate because other people have been playing in our garden. I hope you got that. Other people have been playing in our garden, and they actually started to carve us in their own image versus the image that God saw us in. And so now we're what we are, and we're trying to backpedal to be that which we should have been in the beginning. But instead, we're trying to shed the layers of lies and falsehoods and all of that. You have a great vision, no matter what it is. And you don't need anyone to agree with you on your vision. It is your vision by yourself, right? On your own path, your own understanding, right? That what God has already given you. And with those visions comes with the ability to do. So it's not like you don't know or don't have the ability to do. You do. It is, getting that shell, that seed to open up, that those abilities start to come forth, and that you see those abilities. So, and once you notice that, they will start to come forward. You will start to see a little sprout. I guess that's where I am. A little sprout. But this affirmation, it really reinforces self-belief and trusting in yourself and your own abilities. A lot of times people grow up and people are, you can't do that. You're not smart enough for that. How are you going to do that? They have all of these questions, right? Instead of, how can I help you to do that? Oh, that's a great vision. What do I need to do to help you see this vision come true? What kind of classes would you take? Things like that, so that it can pump you up. Usually it's very rare you get people in your circle that have those kind of questions when you start to explain your vision and what you want to do. But this affirmation allows you to trust in you. Remember, it's all about tea and inner alchemy coming together with you and you. So it really emphasizes the importance of passion and dedication in achieving your goal. and giving you more confidence and determination. Because, honey, I'm determined. I done put too much time in this. All right. So the last affirmation that I will give you is I embrace uncertainty and welcome change. Each new experience brings me closer to my dreams. Now, this is a powerful affirmation because number one, nobody likes to embrace uncertainty. Nobody really wants to change. It makes them very uncomfortable. That's why a lot of people stay where they're at. And they believe new experiences will put them at risk for whatever, right? It's fear. It's fear that's, oh, I got all these plants, these gnats. It's fear that's not true, has not been proven, has not happened. You make these stories up and you start to believe these stories in your head, so you don't even try, right? So this is very important to remember that uncertainty can be a good thing. Rocking the boat can be a good thing, right? Welcoming in the change, because change means opportunities. You can't get something better if you're never where a door opens that you can walk through, right? To see what's on the other side, to see what's on the other side of the coin. So we have to learn that new experiences is not a bad thing. It's a way to change your perspective. And I have to say, a lot of people, especially in America, really needs to change their perspective on life, on how we deal with each other while we're here on this earth, all of it, right? We have these old school mentalities that have been handed down to us, and we have bought them hook, line, and sinker. We really have to rethink that thing. And the only way we can do that is to have new experiences, to see new things, right? Especially when it comes to the things that we desire to have or be around, or even spaces we want to create in our own home. Remember, your own home is your sanctuary. You should have things around that you love to see. Things that when you walk in, you can breathe and be like, this is home, right? So those are just a few affirmations that you can say. And of course, you can always make up your own, whatever you're feeling at the time, whatever you're going through, to make sure that you are feeding yourself positive stuff. Because if you're talking to yourself negative, you're going to be right. So when you say negative things out loud, or you believe in negative things, or you just have this mentality that it can't happen to you, your unconscious wants you to be right no matter what. And that joker will go out and fetch stories, evidence, all the way back to childhood to say, yeah, you're right. You're not worth it. Yeah, you're right. Remember that time that you tried to, and it was a disaster? But when you start to build yourself up, your unconscious starts to say, yeah, you're right. Remember that time? It worked out great. They really applauded you. They loved what you did. Remember when you did this, and remember. So it's really important that you talk yourself up, because you do want to be right, and yourself wants to be right. And so it's you and you all the time having these conversations. And it's not easy. I say this because it takes time to get there. I still struggle with this, yet I know this, right? So I want you to make sure that you are saying great things. I know I take the cup, and God says, now I can pour into you. And so when I'm drinking it, I visualize me taking in the words, the actions, the steps that are being given to me to march and do the marching orders. So now, as you're focusing on that, you're just going to take time. You're going to just breathe, and you're just going to let go. You're just going to kind of relax your shoulders, your cheeks, let your toes hang. Don't have them all crunched up. Whatever it is, you're going to be okay. You have made it this far to be here with me. It's going to be okay. You will get through whatever it is, right? Don't let life take away your joy. Some way, somehow, there's always a solution to the issue. It may not feel like it, but it will work itself out, and you'll be fine. And this will be something that next year you'll be like, oh, that was so terrible. Then I didn't think I was going to make it. But there you are. There you are, stronger than ever, learning the lessons you needed to learn, and moving forward. And we're all doing this together. Just because we're separate, you live there and somebody else lives there, we are all living this life and learning these lessons. Some of us are below our grade, some are beyond our grade, but we still have to climb and learn these lessons. I've been where you are somewhere, or maybe I'm coming up to where you are. Someone's below me coming up. It's all this up and down. And the thing is, we're trying to create balance, not outside of ourselves, but within ourselves. And that's the whole reason the tea ritual is so important. And it's easy and it doesn't take a lot. And you don't have to go off to retreats or vacations. Those are nice because, honey, I'll be on the first plane. Fine, but for those who just need to get away for a second, tea rituals are wonderful. When you want to relax, some of the herbs that you can use is like lavender, your chamomile, your rose tea, right? Things that are beautiful, things that smell really good, and herbs that are made for relaxation. Having a hard time sleeping, mint tea is great to relax the digestion, help you rest your mind. Also, we have valerian root. Be careful when taking that. It does help. Oh, it does help. So valerian root. You just want to make sure that you're picking the tea that is right for you. Once you're done with your meditation, just close your eyes for a few minutes and just breathe in and out. Just feel your lungs, and thank the Most High that your lungs are breathing, that you can wiggle your toes and your fingers, that you're able to see, that you're able to feel, that you're even able to have emotions, that you were able to get up this morning, maybe make breakfast, go to work, get in your car, like all of the small things that we take for granted. When you're feeling down, that's the fastest way to pick yourself up, is to be grateful for the things that you experience on a day-to-day basis that somebody is struggling or wishing or praying right now that they could experience. No matter where you're at, somebody wants to be where you are. I don't care if you're like, nobody wants to be. Somebody is praying because somebody is always worse off than you. So never take that for granted. And so that's something else that you can take the time out when you're doing your tea meditations. We are getting close to the end. What I wanted to do is drop this worksheet. It's still with the tea meditation I dropped before, but for some of you, you might not have gotten it. So here we go. We're going to put that in the chat. I hope that you use this because it's very helpful. It gets you in touch with yourself. If you don't know what to ask yourself, if you don't know how to start the conversation with yourself, you don't know how to be honest with yourself, this worksheet is definitely going to help you get there and start a conversation where you get to actually meet yourself, your true self, without the mask for the first time. And I think we are coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed this segment. I hope you learned a little bit more about tea meditation. I know we just did kind of like an introductory in July, but this is a little more in depth on the reason why tea meditation is important. Don't get hung up on the word ritual. It's just something that you do all the time. Rituals could be going to church. It could be going to school every day. Going to your job is a ritual, right? Getting up for work, what you do. It's the set process, right? So tea, meditation, the ritual, it's a process. So you're starting with the boiling water. You're picking out the tea according to how you feel. You are, getting your tray ready. You're putting the things that you like in your tea, whether it's the milk, the honey, the sugar, the lemon, right? Getting that all prepared and making sure that it's very pretty and finding your space. And you want to do this as often as possible. You definitely want to stay in touch with yourself. As I talked about, just regular meditation, your life, your body, your mind, your spirit is trying to tell you things. It's trying to give you messages, and we're so busy, either scared to talk to ourselves because we know we've been off the path, for so long that we don't even want to know, what our grade is. We'd rather hide the report card, or we just don't want to get to know ourselves because it's the unknown, right? I am whoever made me, what my parents carved me into, what my teachers sculpted me into, what the church has told me I am. That's what I am, right? But that's so far from true. That's not who you are. So it's time for you to find out who you are. And tea and meditation is one way you can start the process, right? Because the shadow work is not easy, and it does hurt your feelings, right? Because it shows you your true self, and you do have to go back and do some work on yourself. And you'll always have to do work on yourself, but we just don't want it to be heavy lifting. So if you do a little bit at a time, if you check in with yourself once a day, right, and just be honest with yourself, you'll learn that you can be honest with others freely, in a more productive way, and that you can deal with other people, whether it's your coworkers, your family members, whoever, in a better light, because that you understand that when you deal with other people, you're not just dealing with other people. Those people are you. And that's a deeper discussion, and maybe we'll have that later. But I want to thank you for coming on for Wellness Wednesday. I really appreciate your time. You could have been anywhere doing anything, but you came in here to be with me, and I really appreciate it. If you have time, make sure you check out our store, myrootedvines.com, where we have lots of teas for all types of issues that you may be having. And remember, we are here to serve you, your mind, your body, and spirit. We want you to live a balanced and a more harmonious life out here, so that you can have clarity and focus, and that you can live the life that God intended you to live. All right, my loves, as always, I pray whatever you are seeking and desiring in this realm, it is seeking and desiring you. You guys, stay rooted and stay well. Bye.